Good, and I want to thank you, Controller, and wish you well as we break up this evening, and thank you for your cooperation and your whole team, Peter Finnegan and everybody else, throughout this term. Controller, thank you for selecting this topic issue. It's very, very important. And Kate there, she is about a couple of bucks in a row around Taisce. And Taisce have done brilliant work in the schools competitions, tidy towns competitions, green flags, and assisting people in many other various ways and giving leadership in the country. But serious issues have now arisen, and the clock is, I don't know what way it is, please. Serious issues have arisen, and with Taisce. And only quite recently I became aware of the amount of funding. Taisce have already got £4.5 million in taxpayers' money so far in 2021. In the last decade, they've got in excess of €30 million taxpayers funding, state funding, but it's taxpayers funding ultimately. And as we know, there is a prescribed organisation, and under that, planning permissions have to be referred to them if they're anywhere near SHAs or NHAs, or indeed listed buildings or issues like that. And I honestly believe that it's just not, they've gone into overreach. We have a situation now with a plant in Kilkenny, in South Kilkenny, Plan B, a plant, where they're holding it up now for nearly a number of years, and where planning was granted by the Kilkenny County Council, the EPA gave the licences, Board Penal approved it, and they've taken it to the High Court 3 times. This is an abuse of their position. This is using taxpayers' funding to deny the very taxpayers, the farmers who have invested millions of euro to upgrade their, and increase their herd and have the milk supplied with the hope that it will be made into a cheddar or cheese that's so badly wanted. We have a Dutch company who on the brink of pulling out. The Taisce himself asked in the Dáil that they would stop any more claims to this or any more High Court appeals, and there's rumours that they may even go to Europe. I've asked them how they're funding all these cases. We met them, the Rural Independent Group, and they won't meet us again. We only had a short meeting for an hour, which they insisted on having recorded. I met them, asked them, how are they funding these cases? They told me pro bono. I don't know any lawyers, very few of them, that will do pro bono cases that would take you to the High Court several times and the European Court. Just not doable. So the tap must be turned off on the funding for these. And I believe they must examine, and I'll be bringing forward an amendment in the autumn to have them unprescribed, because they're becoming a nuisance now, an irritant, and they're too big for their boots, literally, and they're doing huge damage. And I have a house, period house in Knockclofty, the late Lord Dunamores, and it's been ruined and plagiarised, and they won't even look at those things like that. And issues that they should be looking at, they won't. But they're looking at issues where they have no business, stopping farmers for doing work that they need to do, and it's total overreach. And I hope that the Minister will have some idea about reining them in. When the Taisce told his house that he appealed them, they ignored them and they went and appealed again. So I think we have to do something to get this group do the valuable work they do, but allow business, allow farmers, and allow people to produce food for us to eat in this country.
I'd like to thank the deputies for raising this issue. The Department of Environment, Climate and Communications has no legal function in relation to An Taisce. The department provides An Taisce with funding for a variety of initiatives, including the National Spring Clean, the Irish Business Against Litter, National Litter League and Green Schools programme. All payments made to An Taisce are in line with the Department of Public Expenditure and Reform Circular 13/2014 regarding the management of grant funding provided from public money. Grant funding is paid on the basis of vouched expenditure only, whereby An Taisce are required to provide supporting invoices stating that their claims relate to activities and services appropriate to the grant scheme objectives. The An Taisce Green Schools initiative is a whole school programme, which I know Deputy McGrath outlined, and award scheme comprising 7 steps, which takes a thematic approach to environmental education. Key themes include litter and waste, energy, water, travel and biodiversity. Currently, approximately 4,000 primary, secondary and special schools in Ireland are participating in the programme. The programme has been operating in Ireland since 1997 and is operated by the Environmental Education Unit of An Taisce in partnership with local authorities, and is supported by a number of government departments, government agencies and corporate funders. The programme covers a wide range of thematic areas, and impact measurements indicate substantial positive changes in knowledge, behaviour and opinion leadership leadership among the participants. There are also substantial direct and indirect cost savings for waste energy, water and transport fuel, schools with an associated reduction in greenhouse gases. The National Spring Clean is Ireland's largest anti-litter initiative and has been operating since 1999. The programme encourages and supports individuals and groups across society to take part in their own clean-up event. In 2020, the National Spring Clean took place without incident during a pandemic. The number of events in 2020 was 5,413 and approximately 2,900 tonnes of litter was collected. In 2021, the National Spring Clean progressed under Level 5 restrictions, whereby family household bubble groups held their own clean-up within 5k radius of their homes. As the level of restrictions are lifted, the Spring Clean will be able to expand its scope and carry on through the summer and into the autumn. The estimated allocation to An Taisce in 2021 is in line with the 2020 allocation of €675,000. Final details on payments in 2021 will not be available until the end of the year. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to welcome the last concaller, and thank her for a lot of cooperation during the past year. I know she differs ferociously with me on this issue, but look, I've acknowledged all that good work. I've been involved in the Green Schools campaign. I'm in tidy towns all my life. I acknowledge the good work they've done. I just think we need to recalibrate their role. I told you about the listed building, Dunamore, now Crofty Domain. It's been plundered. There's many other areas as well, and there's nothing to have any interest in it. But when it comes to jobs, when it comes to farmers trying to live, the patent nonsense of this issue, and apparently they have no issue with the plant. The issue is with the government policy regarding milk production and dairy herd numbers. This is shocking. They always tell us that they're for good for work. So we need to work together. We need to rein in the funding, and we need to have at least a bit of a debate. They won't talk to us again or meet us. So this has to stop. We can't keep just throwing money for every invoice they give us. It's wrong.
Thank you, Las Concorda. An Taisce is a non-governmental organisation active in the areas of the environment and built heritage in Ireland. The Minister for the Environment, Climate and Communications has no statutory function in relation to this organisation. The Department does provide An Taisce with funding for a variety of initiatives, including the National Spring Clean, Irish Business Against Litter, National Litter League and the Green Schools programme. A total of €5.4 million has been provided between 2012 and 2020 in respect of these environmental activities and public awareness initiatives. The estimated allocation for 2021 is in line with the 2020 allocation of €675,000. However, final details of the payment in 2021 will not be available until the end of the year. It's important to state that all payments made to An Taisce are in line with the Department of Public Expenditure and Reform Circular 13/2014 regarding the management of grant funding provided from public money. Grant funding is paid on the basis, as I've stated, of vouched expenditure only, whereby An Taisce are required to provide supporting invoices stating their claims relate to the activities and services appropriate to the grant scheme's objectives. Thank you.